Good morning, travelers. Tara here, and I'm coming to you with a water sign elemental reading. So this will be for all the water signs for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces for December. This is going to be a mini cross. It is a general reading, and the messages will not resonate with everyone. So in order to gain any insight into your personal situation requires a personal reading. On that note, I am bringing you back the 20 for 20 special all during the month of December. It ends on December 23rd. I'm also going to be bringing you a $5 discount off on etheric cord cutting sessions. Now, if you choose to purchase the 20 for 20 reading, it's actually a 25-minute reading. I'm only doing video readings. I am not doing phone readings. And when you go there, the price will say $26.06. That $6 is the fee that PayPal charges me, okay, for that, so that after they take that out, I get $25. So please don't email me telling me that the price is wrong, because I'm letting you know why it says $26.06 when I'm advertising it as a $25 reading. The cool thing about the video reading is that you get to download it and save it for yourself. Please do not forget, if you choose to book this, let's say you want to read on you and your husband, or you and a coworker. I'm going to need, particularly if it's somebody personal, I'm going to need their name, their birth date, and their sun sign. I only read for sun signs during personal readings. I don't read for moon and rising signs, so please don't give me that information. And the next thing I'm going to tell you is I don't want to know the story behind it. I don't need to know the story behind what's happening, so please don't tell me what that is. I just need your name, birth date, sun sign, the same thing for other people included in the reading, and then I need your one question. That's it. I don't want to know anything else, okay? Let's see. Etheric cord cutting, if you're trying to shake the energy or fresh the energy around a situation or between you and a particular person, etheric cord cuttings are very good at doing that. That's $5 off. If you're interested in any of those products that I offer, you simply go to the little eye up in the right hand corner of the video that pops up. That will take you directly over to the website. Everything that you need to know about booking with me is there. No matter what product it is, everything you need to know, all you got to do is read. Okay, so what I'm going to do is bring you a mini cross, and actually this is going to be a Hidden Lotus mini cross. I haven't done a Hidden Lotus spread in quite some time. New subscribers to the channel, thank you so much for joining me. Old subscribers, thank you for sticking with me. Members of the website, the relationship and romance gallery is posted, so you can go over and take a look at that. I will be working this week on the individual monthlies. Your transit watch for this week, it's going to be a short one because of all of the stuff that's happening up through the holidays. And what's happening planetarily is Mercury goes retrograde today. Right before it does, a few minutes before it does, the full moon occurs. The full moon in Gemini. Mercury retrogrades in Sagittarius. Saturn is retrograde in Sagittarius. Then on December 22nd, Mercury stations direct, as does Saturn, and they will both be moving into, along with the sun, into the sign of Capricorn. So this is occurring across the holiday season. For those of you who are on the website, I've given you that retrograde in Mercury, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius article. Go back and read that. If you've got any questions, you can post them up underneath the post, or you can post them underneath the transit watch that I'm going to put out. So let's go ahead and get started with the reading. Again, this is general. It will not resonate with everyone. All water signs. To gain any clarity or insight into your situation does require a personal reading. All right? So here we go. Well, there's that Jupiter for water signs. And we do have Scorpio, Jupiter in Scorpio right now. This is the base of the root of the issue. We have the Chariot card. The Chariot card rules this rules the 9th house. Jupiter rules the sign of Sagittarius. We know that Mercury is retrograding in that sign. Here is the Cancer card. It rules the 4th house. So this is about mothers, babies, children, the home, the homeland, the community, the neighborhood. Here is the Sun. So we might be looking at some kind of Sun-Jupiter conjunction down to the 4th house. The 5 of Pentacles. That's our Mercury in Taurus. Mercury in Taurus is really about money-making ideas in some way, shape, or form. Taurus rules the 2nd house, and the 2nd house talks about your personal possessions. So this is your bank account, your personal bank account, your personal stocks and investments, your personal land or property that you own, charities, businesses. It rules your movable possessions, so your car, your jewelry, but it also speaks to your value system. Taurus rules the values that you have, who and what is most important to you, what you will or will not sell your soul for. Upcoming energy, the Justice card. Wow. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana in this spread. In other words, water signs. There's nothing you can do about this situation, and really it is down to the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune says that if you've been living high on the hog, that's about to change. Why? Because nothing stays static, right? And if you've been down at the bottom of the rung, you've been eating ramen noodles and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, that's about to change for you, okay? What goes up must come down. What's been down must go back up. That's the cycle. How do you weather that cycle? You fix yourself in the center of the wheel. Now, for some of you, there's an issue surrounding legalities. And the reason why I say legalities is because Sagittarius rules legal issues, okay? As does Libra. So for some of you, this is going to be, I think, a monumental decision concerning women, children perhaps. What does it take for you to feel safe and secure? Is this going to be tied in with your finances, or is it about your values? For some of you, this could be about moving home due to perhaps a legal issue that has come about. Not only is this about legalities and man-made law, but this is also about the karmic law. We have Sagittarius and the Justice card together. And that's what Sagittarius rules. Jupiter is the great benefic, and he brings about opportunities for you to expand. But also he can be a very, very judgmental sign, not accepting people because of their race or where they live, their socioeconomic status, or their religious beliefs, even sexual beliefs. This could be concerning whether or not maybe you have decided that you want to come out to your family, and how is that going to affect the dynamics. The Sun always speaks to something being illuminated. Now, because in essence, Cancer is ruled by the moon. So in one respect, this is telling me that something is coming through, or something will be moving through this passage of the moon. However, we have this opposition of the Sun across from the moon. Whenever there's a full moon, the full moon opposes the Sun. So the Sun is in the 9th house of Sagittarius, and the full moon is in the sign of Gemini. So the 3rd and the 9th houses. What does Gemini rule? Gemini rules communities, neighborhoods, early childhood education. It rules the spoken word, so the written word. It rules images and movies, videos, things of that nature. It also speaks to short distance travel. What does Sagittarius rule? Sagittarius rules long distance travelers, travel, foreigners, import exports, publishing, the internet, higher educations and post-secondary education, religious beliefs, philosophy. And so there's an opposition happening. Now, typically when the full moon occurs, it hides something from us. It's an opposition across from the sky, right? So there's something that's being hidden from us. We see that something was illuminated perhaps in the past. This is our past energy moving forward into the future. And this is where we are at present. What's underneath the deck? The Knight of Wands. Okay. A fiery message coming in. Now, I always read the Knight of Wands as knights as events. Yes, technically they do bring messages, okay? And I feel for some of you that something has already come in. This is our overall energy. And so for some of you, that message has already come through. For others of you, it's going to come through underneath this Mercury retrograde. And for others of you, this is going to play out after the fact, maybe all the way into January. But I mean, if you look, 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards, and they're weighted from here down. For some of you, this is the return of something coming back. And whatever this thing is in coming back, right? The wheel, there's a circular. And interestingly, we have the 4 cardinal points, the 4 directions here on this Wheel of Fortune. So we have Taurus and Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Now, we know, for those of you who've been following me, we have the true North Node in Leo and the true South Node in Aquarius. Aquarius rules groups, friendships, networks, those non-ritualistic kind of organizations, and it also speaks about the community or brotherhood and sisterhood as a whole. And the North Node is about leadership. It speaks to royalty, pretenders to the throne, the true heirs to the throne. It also speaks about children, lovers, babies, and also your self-expression and creativity. So this is about the return of something, I feel, for some of you, that is going to, for some of you, the return of a situation that may or may not play out so well for you. And for others of you, the return of a situation that's going to, in effect, kind of solve whatever problem or issue that you're having. It's definitely some movement here. I mean, we have these 2 horses, a wheel, and the Chariot. For some of you, this could be about travel overseas, either you going there or someone coming here. This could be about finding the solution to your problem at a distance, thinking outside the box. For others of you, this is something coming to you from a distance, from a faraway place. Nevertheless, again, the sun, and it speaks to males, the sun, the ego, the self. The moon, like I said, speaks to women, babies, and children. But the sun is really here to illuminate something for you. That's what it's, to shine the light. But we know with this information blackout of Mercury being in retrograde, the full moon occurring, we know that whatever this thing is, we're not able to see clearly what's happening. The Justice card. For some of you, this could be news. Perhaps you've had a legal issue that's been taking a long time to come to fruition. We know that the wheels of justice do grind slowly, right? They turn very, very slowly. So for some of you, this could be the idea or the concept that maybe across this information blackout period, you do get some information. Nevertheless, the thing that you need to be aware of is that there's something perhaps hidden in it. Justice is the Libra card. It also speaks to contracts, okay? So this could be having some kind of money-making idea. You finally get the okay, or somebody says, hey, I want to invest in that for you, but I want you to be very, very careful and to know that there's going to be some kind of something perhaps that you don't see, in which case, please go get yourself a bit of advice or ask someone else who has been in that situation before. You don't have to take their advice. You can listen to it and formulate your own plan. But I also feel that for some of you, this has come in quite suddenly, perhaps even unexpectedly, the wheel. Okay. Now, the 5 of Pentacles, this card is an interesting card. And one of the old 13th century interpretations of Mercury and Taurus is someone you can count on in times of trouble. Okay, it speaks to the wife, the girlfriend, the mistress, but it can also speak to the fact that you're so caught up in what you don't have, okay, that you're walking right by the assistance that's there to help you. Okay, see somebody feeling shut out. Oh God, I don't know. I don't think anybody's going through this situation. Nobody understands how I feel. There's nobody here to help me. But this card says that there is, and there's an inherent value in you pulling yourself out of this particular energy because there is help. They're walking right by assistance. They don't even see it. Okay, and this could be the concept or the idea of the recognition, the message of, oh, you know what? There is somebody who can help me with this. Now, I don't have any repeater numbers. And right in the center, I have, and there are no court cards in this particular spread. We see that this is either the return of a person or the return of a situation, and it's coming from east to west. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, for some of you, this could be about karmic payback. Someone, let's say 20 years ago, you helped a friend out with something, okay? And now you're in dire straits and you get a message from this friend out of the blue. You hadn't talked to him in years. And suddenly that person is back and they are in a position to assist you. Don't ignore that, okay? This could be a karmic credit coming due. Maybe somebody helped you, okay, in the past, and now they've come back for you to help them. Either way that this goes, this is what the Justice card is telling me. And this is on multiple levels. This is also a karmic situation. Wheel of Fortune talks about karma. And what is karma? Karma is not something that you're born with. Karma is something you make. It comes from your choices. So when you make the right choice, okay, things pretty much go well for you. And what do I mean by the right choice? The right choice is the choice that works for you, that comes from that heart space, that moon, that deep emotional place of honoring who you are and where it is you're trying to go and what it is you're trying to do, right? But if you've been acting in an unfair manner, it says that liars and cheaters will be caught. Those who've been acting fairly and rationally will be justly compensated, okay? Again, the wheels of justice grind slowly. So what I want to do, I'm going to look at this Five of Pentacles because this is the influence to come in, all right? I do feel for some of you, this is a choice about moving. If not a literal move, then this is a figurative move, okay? An allegorical move in some way, because these are all spiritual cards, and this is big spiritual energy here. But we see that there's something, fives speak to changes. Fives talk about outside changes that you can't control. So maybe for some of you, this is a loss in a financial sense. If that's the case, the Sun card is telling you that you're going to have to give that up in order to move through. Why? Because, you know, it's not doing you any good. It's not in your highest good. Okay. And if you can figure out how to do that and fix yourself in the wheel, okay, you can move forward. This is a war vehicle, right? This is not a Maserati. This is not a Ferrari. It doesn't even have a damn motor in it, okay? And if you look, he doesn't even have any reins. So this is about perseverance and determination and being focused and maintaining the balance between the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, the negative and the positive, to continue to move forward. Now, I've researched and researched and researched that little shield with the chariot with the wings over the top. I have not been able to find out exactly what that means. But for me personally, I look at this, that looks like a top to me, okay? The spinning of something, the churning of, but here are the wings over the top. And to me, these wings always speak to having to do with Mercury. That's just the way I interpret it. We see the canopy of stars. We see the moon crescents on his shoulder. So this is something that has to do with all of these planetary transits that are coming through. So let's look at this Five of Pentacles, because this is really the only card that kind of stands out for me. It's like it's saying through this particular loss or this shutout or this something changes for you to move through this situation. But then again, for some of you, this could be about you passing up some help. Okay, we don't know how that's going to play out. Well, anxiety and worry. I would say so if this is some kind of financial issue or the feeling of someone kicking you out or isolating you in some way. Okay, I would agree with that. The militare. This is the card of law enforcement. Getting caught in something. Okay, something perhaps now that has just been illuminated for you. Okay, this could be, I don't know, we'll see what's underneath the thing. Here is the Consolante Sorpresa. So what this says to me is that, okay, yeah, it's illuminated to me now. Now I see that I made this particular mistake, maybe with my finances or passing up some particular type of assistance that came along to me. Now I recognize that someone really was trying to help me. Okay, they really were trying to do that. And because I ignored them or whatever the case may be, I ended up getting caught in a situation which maybe has cost me a loss of money or something like that. This is about, Mercury is about the thinking. So this is about the slow prodding process of how do I rebuild up my finances, and or what do I need to rebuild about my value system. And having to take that loss, that's a consolante sorpresa. That's a consolation. I'm going to have to accept it because justice says that even though I may personally feel like that shit is not fair, it is fair and it is just. It is simply up to you to figure out how to take that and move through it. Now, what I want to know is what is underneath this Wheel of Fortune. This card has been coming out for everybody. The last two readings, it has been the Two of Coins. Now, what does a two? The twos speak to choices. It speaks to options. It speaks to trying to do two things at one time, trying to balance so that I don't drop anything. And what's interesting to me, two people here. There's two coins and two ships. The two scales. And the two sphinxes. So this is, I think, to me, really a time in which perhaps you are being challenged to figure out how to not only literally move, but how to spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally move this situation. And it comes through some kind of event or message and the return of something. Now, what I want to do is I want to look at this. This is the overall energy. So as I said, perhaps for some of you, this event or this person or this message has already come. For others of you, you may get a glimpse of something within the next couple of days, because the moon is the quickest moving, fastest moving body every 2.5 days. And for others of you, this will play out perhaps as Mercury begins to completely slow down, or when he moves stations direct December 22nd. Why? Because the wheels of justice grind slowly. This is a very interesting spread. I know y'all always hear me say that, but I just never know how the cards are going to play. The Lecherezza has come out. The Letter. And the Il Nemico. Well, for some of you, a situation most definitely which you thought was over is not. It is going to return. What I'm seeing here, if it hasn't already, the Lecherezza means irritability, tact, lightness of being. Okay, this is about someone's sensitivity. Whether they are sensitive or whether they are insensitive. What we see is a letter. a message is coming in about this particular change. The Il Nemico. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this card is telling me that the message is going to be coming from an old enemy or rival, or have to do with some kind of concealed hate, or if through the auspices of the sun, Jupiter, Venus, because really she represents the higher octave of Venus, and the moon, this could be a message from somebody who, remember, it's the overall energy, the return of somebody who you had perhaps crosswords with or bad words with, or maybe this is an opportunity to fix that. So that is why the choice has come up. What are you going to do about it? Well, isn't that something? And that could be in any aspect. Why? Because Libra is the house of partnerships. So this is a business rival. And so what the seventh house rules is a descendant. That's the person who's opposite you. Okay. So this could be a past, present, potential lover. Okay. Or it can be an open enemy, rival, and or a foe. That's how that works. And maybe the overall message is to maintain your balance, because maybe something or a person coming in or a message coming in, you don't know if it's friendly or if it's foe. All right. It's going to wrap it up like that. Go ahead and formulate your question for the angel answer. One card. Keep in mind that no matter what comes out of this, it doesn't apply to everybody. It will be for the person who really needs the answer. The no. And that's the firm no. Now, I will tell you that sometimes that Knight of Wands is the return of somebody, okay? And they're coming back under the Mercury retrograde and the full moon and the Saturn retrograde. And 9 times out of 10, people show up again from your past out of underneath the Mercury retrograde. Trust me, they are not there to stay, okay? You're a grown-ass person. You can do what you want. Where's my book? So I can read you the, oh, come on, the message of the, of the firm no card. If you bear with me, I don't know how it, oh, what got in there? Oh, it walked over there by itself. Okay. This could be a business rival, somebody you've already done business with. But this is a no. And it says, the response to your inquiry is a firm no. You needn't worry, though, as you will see why this was the perfect answer as time goes by. Sun, Wheel of Fortune, Justice. I hope that helped you, water signs, and until next time, namaste.